Welcome everybody, the 82nd Valentine Invitational. He's John Rosenstock, I'm Kevin Mullaney. We're excited to sit down and have a little live from the Valentine session, interviewing some of the top players in this year's tournament. Hope you tune in and see who's gonna be holding this.
Guys, welcome to Live from the Valentine. We're excited to be here with you. It's a beautiful day. It's Thursday. It's right before tournament day here at Hermitage Country Club, and I'm joined by my co-host today, Kevin Mullaney, also known as Zero Putts Given. And we're excited to have our first guest on set, Jack Monatgue. How you doing, Jack?
Great. Happy to be here.
Good, man. So you grew up in Richmond, played at Hermitage growing up, and now you live in Atlanta, correct?
Yep.
So what is it about this tournament? You obviously live down in Atlanta now, and what is it about this tournament that made you say, like, I got to get back up and get home and play Valentine again?
So, I grew up playing out here, so just coming back, seeing people courses I'm very familiar with and love playing, and played it last year, had a great time, and definitely had it on my calendar to come back and play it this year.
And you had a great finish last year, runner-up?
Yeah, I had a pretty good week.
So hopefully get over the hump. You've got an awesome resume. We know you won the state open at Ballyhack back in 2019. I'm glad they moved it away from Ballyhack. I never quite figured out how to play that golf course, so if it ever goes back, I'm going to need to give you a call and get some tips. But yeah, obviously a great career at UVA, and we're excited to have you back in Richmond and continue to play in the Valentine.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Looking forward to it.
So Jack, down in the ATL now, tell me, did you ever consider giving professional golf a go?
I did. That was my plan after I graduated college. I took a fifth year, played a fifth year, and I used that summer and played a lot of just amateur events, and kind of towards the end of it came to the decision that I wanted to find a job I enjoyed and keep golf as something fun, and the Mid-Am circuit provides a really good opportunity for that, so that's kind of where I landed.
That's awesome. You got an amazing job down in Atlanta. Super excited for you.
Thank you.
Just turned 25. Now that you're off and running with your professional career, do you anticipate playing a full slate of Mid-Am golf, or what's the plan?
Yeah, I would like to. There are definitely a lot of really cool opportunities in Mid-Am golf as you kind of progress and get to play different tournaments and meet different people. So yeah, I'd love to. That's the plan.
Awesome. We're excited to have you back. I'd love to know, being back in Richmond, what are you most excited about? Being back with the roommates, or any good restaurants you want to hit while you're here? What are you most excited about this weekend?
My parents are my hosts for the week, so no, it'll be good to see them and just everybody at Hermitage. You see so many people at this event, and they always do a great job making sure the golf course is in great shape. They run a great event, so I'm just excited to be here, excited for it all.
That's awesome. Well, welcome back. We're super excited to you. Good luck this weekend. Go light it up.
Appreciate it.
All right, Jack.
John,
well, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Welcoming in our next guest, we've got Blanton Farmer and a man that I unceremoniously introduce as the bad boy of the RGA, Joey Jordan. Welcome to the show, boys.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Here with you guys.
I'm going to start with you, Joey. After a successful college career at Virginia Tech, your Mid-Am career is off to an incredible start, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You've qualified for U.S. Mid-Am and won back-to-back senior invitations over at the Fed Club. But I want to know, how does it feel to still only have the second most golf resume at your company?
There's a funny story that goes along with this. So when I was interviewing, I was having some lunches and a couple golf outings. There was Blanton was in town, and a couple of our other out-of-towners were in Richmond, and we were going over to Kinloch to play. And the president of the company says, "Hey Joey, you mind playing you and I against Blanton and another one of the guys who works with us today?" He goes, the other guy, he's about like a 10 handicap, and Blanton, he's your tier, like he's your level. And I was like, at first I was like, okay. I was like, sure. I was like, okay. Like, yeah, he's probably a pretty good player.
He's a country club too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like, yeah, he's probably like a scratch player.
Soft too.
Right.
Yeah. Soft
I'm
too.
like, yeah, sure he is. I'm like, yeah, he's my caliber. All right. And then we go to lunch, and he's wearing all Gasparilla stuff. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, he's a definite certified stick. So, and then he proceeded to go out and shoot a flawless 68 that day. From the tips at Kinloch, looked pretty easy, and I was like, all right, I got some work to do. So we've had some good battles.
Of course.
Some good battles so
it's
far
nice
already.
to have another player at the company, though.
Yeah, I can really imagine. Well, we're really excited. This is obviously called the Cocktail Tour. We are at happy hour here, live from the Valentine. So if you're watching, feel free to pop one open with us. Rosie?
Right. Yeah, so Blanton, first of all, welcome to Richmond. We're excited you've made the trip up from Florida to play in your first Valentine, right?
Valentine? First one. Happy to be back.
Awesome. So what is it about this event that kind of drew you here that said, other than bragging rights over Joey, what was it about the event that made you think it was worthy of a trip up?
Oh, well, anytime I can get back to Richmond and visit my wife's family and see everyone, it's a no-brainer for me. I get out of the doghouse, I get to come up here, play for the weekend, enjoy myself. And when I heard Joey was playing, I'm like, yeah, it's a no-brainer, babe. We're going to Richmond.
Love it. Love it. And you played the Sabbath already today?
We played this morning.
Round. How'd that go?
It was great. It was great. Golf course is
looking
awesome.
great, I hear.
First time I've seen it, but it was awesome. Greens are like sneaky tricky. They look a lot bigger once you're on them than from the fairway. They look pretty small, but they undulate quite a bit, and you really have to be careful where you get on the greens.
Absolutely. I think it's one of the best tests we have here in Richmond.
Absolutely.
For those back tees, that's no joke. So,
I'd agree.
Yeah, that's great. Well, how do you guys have played a few rounds together, obviously. I know you played down in Florida at Blanton's club. How do you guys' games compare? Obviously, Joey, you can get the ball out there and kind of overpower some golf courses here and there. Blanton, what is it about your game that, how do you guys sort of compare and contrast, what do you say?
I definitely say we're a little bit of a yin and yang.
Okay.
Like Joey moves it.
Yep.
I hit it probably 30 or 40 behind him. But like around the greens, he's really solid, and his wedge play is good too. So like, honestly, we're a dream 4-ball team, and we got to make that work at some point.
You should see the shots that he hits.
Kramer, if you're watching, I'm sorry, but like Joey's a good player too. So
yeah, we need an ICI food group do some in the near future.
No doubt. Blanton's game, just from the 5 rounds that we've played together, his chipping and his putting, his chipping especially, he's got to be the best chipper of the ball that I've seen.
That's too kind.
It truly is insane, the trajectory, the spin, the hands that he has, and he's not gonna say all that, but his iron play is exceptional. He's a great long clubs player, especially long irons and hybrids. How many head covers do you have in the bag?
I got 3.
Not including the putter.
So I got 3, but the hybrid, the 4 hybrid, it doesn't deserve a head cover. I can't go 4 head covers plus a putter head cover. So that's a senior tour, ladies tour club. That's my weapon.
He's put a few beatings on me with that damn 4 hybrid. I mean, I remember I was like maybe a couple down, like really thinking, hey, I've got a chance here on this really tough long par 3, and he hits this, this hybrid like up in there from 230 down to like 4 feet. I'm like, oh God.
You're like, surely I can get my 6
I'm like,
iron
surely, right? I'm like,
hybrid.
surely I've got a club advantage here. Like I'll be swinging a 5. Awesome. Bland's a great player. It's so much fun when we play together. We were talking, we had just finished up our sales meeting this week, and we got to play on Tuesday together, and we both played like okay. It was a pretty difficult course, and we're having a good time, and we're waiting for the time where we both go out there and just light it up. Because we've had that against one another, maybe 1 or 2 times, but we've never both been, on our games at the same time, head to head. So
hopefully that's this weekend.
That's coming down the pipe. I hope so. I hope so. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if you can find a coworker or another golf buddy that talks about you the way that these guys talk about each other, you've made it in life.
Oh.
Boys, welcome to Hermitage Country Club. Welcome to the Valentine. We hope you light it up. We hope you enjoy yourselves, and we're proud to have you guys.
Hey, we're happy to be here. Thanks a lot.
Right,
Thank you again. Really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thanks.
Go get them.
Take care. We're back with John Hunter and Park Ulrich, 2 mid-am studs from different parts of the country that, like many this year, have traveled to Virginia to play in the Valentine. We're excited to have you both. Welcome to Richmond.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Park, I'll start with you. So first Valentine that you've played in, correct?
Yep.
And did you get out and see the Sabbath today?
Yeah, just
first thoughts, first impressions?
82. But it's a pretty nice day, 76 out.
He preserved the course. He didn't hit a lot of greens, so it was good.
I didn't want to, muck up the place.
Definitely.
So.
A lot of room for improvement. Yeah. That's good. Tell us a little bit about your golf background and what drew you to Virginia here to play in the Valentine this year.
Oh, God. That open-ended question is bad. I was an okay golfer in the past, and I think that's the reason why Jordan invited me. I've had some successes in the mid-am scene throughout, but I've gotten a lot of opportunities. Fortunately, I think just because I'm the one different looking guy. Maybe there's some affirmative action in mid-am golf. I don't know.
Little DEI.
Certainly the reason why you're on the interview. Man.
Probably why I'm here right now.
Well, this Caucasian of a scene before you got here, so thank you for showing up.
I've taken the advantage of that, and every once in a while, I break 75, and they keep letting me play stuff. So
this guy's obviously being incredibly humble. Too humble. We know Park, you finished second in the Gasparilla earlier this year. Close call there. So obviously you're being a little too humble, but
well, you get enough chances, you're gonna have to play good sooner or later. So
fair enough. Well, John, also welcome. This is your first time as well, too.
First time.
Yeah. So, what were your first thoughts on the Sabbath, and what are you most looking forward to this weekend?
No, I mean, I think I remember driving in and I looked at it, I'm like, this place is awesome. Like just the landscapes, the rolling terrain, the pines. It kind of feels like the Woodlands, Texas. It looks like it. It's just kind of a special spot. You look out there and you see there's just so much land and just the rolling bits and pieces, and the greens are great. It's going to be fun to be playing out here this week.
That's awesome. John, you touched on it a little bit, what it's like back home at the Carlton Woods Invitational, another big amateur invitational event. Tell us a little bit about that, what makes it a special national mid-am on the calendar.
We get a pretty good field. It's, the course is all you want. So it's a Nicklaus course that as long as you cut the ball, you're fine. If you draw it, you're going to hit it in the water like I do all day, and it's just a good spot to be. I mean, Park can attest to it.
I can't cut it to save my life, but I can play okay there.
But it's just a fun spot to be. We've got a good spot in the year, and it's like a lot of this. We like to go out and compete, and so just kind of see what we can do, see what our game has, and that's being out here, especially with the weather this week, it's going to be pretty special.
Yeah, it's hot in Texas, right?
Oh God, it's.
I just got back. I was there this week. 107.
It's awful. It's awful.
Great.
Well, speaking of competing, you've had a great run the last couple of years. We know you had a really nice win at the Berkeley Cup. Looks like a couple of strong finishes at the Walter Travis, as well as your home tournament at Carlton Woods. How is your game feeling coming into this week? How do you like your chances at your first Valentine?
Well, that's a great question because I'm not sure. It's Jekyll or Hyde. Today I hit the ball, I kind of knew where it was going, but last week I had no clue where it was going, and I think that's kind of mid-am golf. When you're a W-2 earner, you're not quite sure which way the ball's going to go. So that's, I hope I play kind of like I did today, but still, I mean, it's a loaded gun on what's going to happen. So.
Fair enough. I think a lot of us mid-ams can say the same. Yeah.
That's great. Park, tell us a little bit about the experience today on the Sabbath. I know you had a long issue at the Richmond International Airport, so I don't know if we're going to get you back next year.
I mean, it's not your guys' fault that they didn't like to give us our bags, or my rental car. So I'm not going to put the tournament associated with that experience.
You can blame Jordan Utley if you want.
I like the layout a lot. I like the views, like John said. I'm not gonna lie, because I haven't heard much about this place. I was pretty, surprised at how nice it is. I mean, it is a very pretty, you can see for a long time. It has that big golf course feel. Order up a bunch of 75 to 85 degree days, it's going to be pretty hard to have a bad time.
Now, how do you prepare for a course you've never seen before? Do you do any research, looking at the layout?
I mean, I got some yardage books. I asked my buddy Billy, who went to Richmond at school, and he just said, I haven't been there in 15 years. So I'm like, well, thanks. But that was the extent of my prep. I'm like, well, I don't have any other friends to ask, so I just gave up. I figured, well, if you hit it good, you can play a lot of golf courses as well.
That's right. That's right.
Unfortunately, I'm not hitting it good, so hope that it changes overnight.
The Vegas lines are going all over the crowd right now. I mean, Park, we just don't know. It's moved through.
See, I don't know either. Well, I won't know until it's
losing confidence right now.
Until it's over, I won't know how it's gonna go. I guess that's the fun of it.
Tell you on Sunday.
Yeah. So.
Well, guys, we're very excited to have you here. Thanks for traveling to Richmond and playing in the Valentine. I think it's going to be an awesome weekend, and wish you all the best out there.
Appreciate it, man.
Cheers.
Thanks for having us.
Good to be here.
Guys, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. All right, our next guest is none other than the defending champ himself. This guy's going to have a target on his back all weekend long. Cheers, Sam Beach, the reigning champ.
Welcome, Sam.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
All right, tell us, buddy, Hermitage member, fellow Hermitage member, defending champ, how does it feel again competing on your home course in front of your home crowd?
It's awesome. I love it out here. I've been a member for just over a year now. I've been playing out here for, I don't know, decade. I don't know. It's been a while, but it's great to be back. Obviously love the courses. Chris and his team have done a phenomenal job with just the setup and green speed and everything. It's going to be a really good one.
That's great. Yeah, I've been hearing from a few guys that have played already today. The course they're always in great shape.
Yeah.
They've taken it to another level this weekend.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to get out there myself. So, Sam, you've been on an incredible run the last couple of years. VSJ Player of the Year last year. Won a couple of the VSJ multi-format and the four-ball with your brother Ben last year. That was really cool to see. And what is it that you think is, what do you credit, what aspects of your game do you credit with your success the last couple of years? And then maybe what's something you're kind of focused on, to maybe take you to the next level? What's something that still has room for improvement in terms of your game?
Well, last year I feel like I putted well. Obviously, you have to putt well to score well. I feel like I did that. I haven't been alongside. It's a comfort level. It was just something special. It was an incredible year. This year, yeah, same kind of thing. Just continue to putt well, wedge it well. I mean, I think scoring clubs, 8 iron and up, being able to, proximity hole, hit those close, give yourself chances. I think that's huge. That's where I focus my efforts. Don't really worry too much about the long game so much, but scoring clubs, I feel like that's what I need to work on and improve on.
I think it's the massive mitts in the Beach family. Check this out, folks. Look at this.
Oh my
Huge.
God. I didn't even know that.
Doc Beach, Ben Beach, they have massive mitts. I think that's what it does. But coming in as the defending champ, seeing all these new names, all the fresh talent that Jordan's been scouting around all the country, goals, expectations, are they any different? Or you just simply go out there and expect that you're going to be on your game and still are the man to beat out here?
Oh, I never, I hope, I never expect, I hope that I will play well. You put the prep, you put the time in to play well. And you got what you got, and you go out there and try to figure out every single day. And that's my plan tomorrow. That's my plan every day. You feel it out on the range, you feel it on the first few holes. What do I have today? If it's feeling good, you go at it. If it's not feeling so good, you maybe lay back a little bit. But it's a day-by-day thing. Obviously, this is not my job. I have a job, so you never kind of know what you got until you're out there. So.
Yeah. Now tell me about it. We talked at the pool one time, and I said you can't be both a scratch golfer and a scratch dad. You took offense to that. Now that you're not trying the professional golf anymore, what is it like, in all seriousness, playing in some of these big tournaments? And juggling being a family man, a hardworking dude, and tell me a little bit about the struggle with the juggle.
Yeah, so you don't get the prep, you don't get to be able to put the time in, going into tournaments. You're not playing 3-4 days leading up to the tournament. You really have to figure out, okay, I'm going to play this day, I'm going to work these days. It's a balancing act. I'm going to be home these days, so it's not as much prep. It's just, you, like I said, you go into it hoping and just, I hope I got it. I'll see what happens and just kind of play with what you got that week, that day. So
awesome.
Good stuff, Sam. Well, best of luck to you. We hope
Thank you.
Have a successful run at defending and just a fun weekend out here with your friends and family at Hermitage, and thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
cheers.
Looking forward to it.
One more thing, there's potentially some live action going on in the tap room with some over-unders. How do you feel about 68 with Sam Beach day one? Is that too much?
I think that's a pretty good number. I'd love to beat that. Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll take the under.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Sam.
All right,
Appreciate you,
thank
brother. We've got two major people that are not me. Oh, sorry. Let me start that again. Do that again? Sure. All right. All right, we've got a 4-person panel. 3 of those individuals are not playing in the tournament. 2 of them are extremely important to the tournament. We got Matt Pochily and then Chris Harriman here. Matt was with Active Season Golf. And then Chris, he's our soup here. He is the man. He is what is making this beautiful presentation. He's the Santa Claus of Hermitage Country Club. So every time the boys tee it up, they get to see this beautiful present that we have, not only on the Sabbath, but on the mannequin as well. So welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome. So Matt, let's start with you. We know why Chris is here. We pay him to be here, right? You spent a lot of your time, a lot of your efforts out here in the Richmond Association for Golf, volunteering your time and doing things to promote the game of golf.
Some of the time as volunteer, not all of it.
He gets paid a little bit, too, as he should.
Tell me what you like about the Valentine Invitational. Tell me what you like about Hermitage Country Club.
Oh, I mean, Hermitage is an amazing canvas to be able to cover, and Chris does that with his team and everything that they do. The Valentine is special to me because it was kind of the first tournament that saw some of the work that I was doing and was like, hey, will you come and cover this tournament? And Jordan and Ben and Brent have always given me just like kind of free reign to produce and cover whatever I want. And working with him has been super because he does a lot of great work. He covers some media himself, flying his drone. And then he's been super easy to work with. And I'm like, there's no idea that I present to him that he's like, yeah, let's go do that and find a way to do that. So having somebody on the inside who sort of gets some of the vision that I'm after is so much fun, but also he makes it so easy.
Awesome. You get a lot of high handicaps, Chris, like me. They're telling you their opinion of the golf course. How cool is it to see 100+ guys that really know what they're doing on the golf course and the feedback they give you on the courses we have out here this weekend?
It's a cool weekend to really just show off all the work that we've done, not just this year, but even in years past. This is my 6th season, and all the capital projects that we put together on both courses, everything comes to fruition here, and it's cool to see the staff look at it like these are kind of the easiest days for us. All we have to do is go mow and change cups and rake the bunkers correctly and mow fairways. It's not like we're digging greens up or digging bunkers up this week. This is easy for us, and for the guys to see it all polished up, and then the good guys come out and start making birdies, and you can see it in their eyes like, this is cool, this is really what we're doing. Not that me or the 9-hole ladies don't have appreciation for everything that we put out there, but it's just a fun weekend to kind of close out the summer.
That's awesome.
And that's, yeah, I mean, you know, Jordan Utley, Brent Holston, the committee, Ben Kiefer, you know, they've put a lot of effort into elevating this event into not just a state or regional event, but now a national event. We've been sitting here for the last hour interviewing guys from all over the country that have come here to Richmond, to Hermitage, to play in this event. And, you know, their best efforts wouldn't be worth it if it wasn't for a great golf course and great conditions, and they've all had nothing but rave reviews. So congrats to you and your team, and thank you for everything you guys do out here.
Awesome. I mean, it's kudos to the membership to listen to what we needed for the golf course and make these capital projects happen. I mean, these greens on the Sabbath are the pure clips bent grass. We had a guy on Monday come up to me. He's like, what are these things? Like, what is this? And I'm like, dude, it's the pure clips bent. He's like, I can't believe they're bent grass. It's so good. It's so good. It's like, yeah, and the members can play on these every day. Yeah, we're rolling them a little bit more this week, and they're speeded up and a couple tough pins out there, but it's made the Sabbath super special as the championship course, and the mannequin is just so fun to get around for everybody. And my kids are 8 and 11, and they can go out there and play with the Mason Bryans, and Ben Longus is the super on the Sabbath. He's played in this thing, and they're shooting even par, and we're shooting a bazillion, and all having a fun time. So that's what's cool for 3,000 people that pay to play this golf course.
Yeah.
There's such a huge variety, and we're happy to get some prime time conditions out there.
And the fairways over on the mannequin, that Latitude Bermuda, I remember the first time I played it after you all regrassed it, and I thought, wait, this is Bermuda? I've never seen Bermuda this pure. I feel like I'm hitting off a tee out of the middle of the fairway. And then obviously conditions over on the Sabbath are just continue to improve each year. So yeah, just credit to you and your team. I think it's awesome what you guys have done out here.
I mean, that project on the mannequin that came down in 2019, that's when I started, but they had already decided to go from cool season to the latitude before I got here. And I remember standing in the interview process and said, I'm not coming here unless we're growing Bermuda grass, because it can be awesome. And they're like, that's what we're doing, that's what we want to do, and we've made it as kind of as good as you can get it.
Yeah. Chris mentioned it earlier. The Sabbath we refer to as members as the championship course, and then the mannequin is referred to as the resort course, or as I like to call it around member guest season, Baby Augusta. And it's rolling and it's beautiful, and we all love it. Now, switching back over to you, Matt, and again, you as well. You two guys are flying more drones than the U.S. Army, okay? So how has that changed the way that you're attacking this new venture for you, Matt? And then Chris, Matt gave you some praise. He said you're getting pretty good at it as well. So talk to me about the drone usage when flying over and doing the footage.
Oh, well, it's a lot of fun to be able to have and to be able to just show courses from different angles and to be able to cover that. In a lot of ways, that's what people are expecting in some of their content anymore, but it just adds to the way that we tell the story about a golf course, and especially a course like Hermitage, or the courses like Hermitage that get as much praise as they do, to be able to show them a little bit more from the air. Imagine how much, we know how much we like them from the ground, just playing golf on them, but when you get to see it from above and appreciate just how beautiful Mannequin is, wall to wall like that, that's so cool. And I mean, he takes a lot more liberties around here than I ever will with where he flies his drone, but it's awesome.
For us, one of our first priorities is to be invisible, right? Nobody wants to see us out there or in the way, or you guys are out there playing golf. So to be able to put the drone up and fly it next to the guys mowing fairways or mowing greens and raking bunkers to show the membership or show the golfers really what we're doing all morning. And we're starting at 5:30, 6 in the morning and kind of done the bulk of the work well before lunchtime. To take that video, I did the blog every week. It's put 5-6 pictures up, but to now transform it into the drone and the videos and where it's flying, and you're out over the lake and getting different perspectives of the holes that you can't see all the time. It's a cool thing.
Now talk to us here, Chris. Right behind us, we just saw some heavy hitters tee off from right back here, which is a new tee box here at Hermitage. Walk us through a little bit about the ideology behind this new tee box here on 10 Sabbath.
So last year we had the idea to get back here to the back patio, kind of get closer to the action. This was the latest major capital project for the club, transforming this back area. And we had a little spot cut out last year, but it rained, right? We got crushed with rain Saturday night. We went back over the Mannequin to play Sunday. So this year we dug this area up and raised it up and tried to level it out best we could a couple weeks ago. I mean, it's a cool spot. This was, people sitting back here and the guys are launching them. You need a little extra length. It brings that fairway bunker back into play there on 10. It looks like a cool spot.
Yeah, I will say we're going to have to worry about Tiffany, the bartender, talking and taking orders. She might get him back sweating like she is this video.
Oh, well, this is a great environment. I mean, but to be on the side that I'm on, just kudos to you and to the membership. Everyone's buy-in and everyone's piece of the puzzle that they bring to this tournament, not just the committee, but to all of the people that are, whether they're on staff or they support or offer ideas, is what makes this tournament really what it is. And Ben, Jordan, and Brent have been open and willing to kind of incorporate whatever is going to help elevate and grow this event, and that's been great. And for you as a staff member to be able to kind of meet that with the resources that you may or may not have and still create a great golf course is really special.
Sure. I mean, now the weather's dropped in. It's been perfect. We took a storm on Monday night, kind of soaked everything down, and now we're letting it dry back out. The lightning destroyed our irrigation computer Monday night, so even if we wanted to water, we couldn't. So maybe by tomorrow we'll be ready to go. But the place is going to firm up and play really well the next 3 days.
Nice.
Well, Matt, you got a chance to walk around with some golfers and show some of those hype videos. How much fun was it playing the back nine Sabbath with some of our members and some of our committee members?
That was a lot of fun. You know, I told somebody a little while ago, that was an easy idea to come up with in May when you and I and Jordan were having lunch. It was an easy idea. And then once we got out here to the first tee, I was like, oh gosh, this wasn't such a good idea. But it was, once we got going and once Mason hit his drive, it was like, you know what, just keep the camera on and keep rolling. And those guys gave absolute gold. Connor Hill makes eagle on 12, just like talking through, narrating every single shot, hits it to 6 feet and makes eagle. Like, that was so much fun. And if you haven't seen him, go back and watch Will McElwain on 14 and 17.
Oh, no.
It's worth your time every time. Will McElwain is my man, and he's such a highlight.
He's got that hard draw on command.
Yeah.
No problem for him.
It was a lot of fun, and the guys razzing each other after shots, like, that was the environment that we wanted. And they have golf that backs up every bit of their handicaps, which was so much fun.
Yeah, I agree. It's really hard to replicate the self-deprecation that Will McElwain can provide for his own golf game. There's humble, and then there's just like depressed. And that's young Mac when he's out on the course.
Depressed, but he's got a tee time the next day. No question about it.
100%.
Thank you guys for having us.
Yeah, this has been great. Thanks so much for coming on set and joining us.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you guys.
Steve Serrao, thanks for coming and joining us on set here with Kevin and I. Steve, you and I are fellow Richmond Golf Association board members, and I was talking to somebody earlier about how, I've been playing in this event for 10 years. You've probably been playing it for 10 plus years. And how cool is it, you think, to see this event, just how it's grown and evolved? And we're sitting here right off the 10th tee and seeing just these guys from all over the country, just the talent and everybody that's come in from different parts of the country. How is it seeing how this event has evolved? And
I love it. I love that all these really good players are here, and I love the fact that the seniors are playing in the same tournament at the same time as the regulars. It just adds all that enthusiasm and makes it feel bigger. I love playing against the seniors. I enjoy that. Sometimes I feel lonely because I like playing against you. I like all my friends.
And you can still compete. We know that.
I love playing with all my friends in the regular division. So it's nice that we have this event here in town that we can all compete in. So it's fun.
No doubt.
That's awesome, Steve. You're coming into the defending champ. How hungry are you to compete and repeat if you can in that senior division?
Yeah, it's a long shot. I know who's playing against me. I know last year was a special year. When I was here last year, I don't think I've ever felt that good hitting the ball as I did last year. How confident, how smooth everything felt, how easy things felt.
Yeah.
It has not been like that for the last 2 months, right? I've been working to get back to that, and I'm excited to be here. And I know I got to go against Shingler, Decker, Hurst, Britton, all these. I can name 10 guys, Barbera, all these guys that are here that I don't feel like a favorite. I know nobody's called me the favorite, and I'm just trying to compete and come close and have a chance at the end.
That's awesome, man. Well, as a follow-up question, Rosie talked about how good you've been and for how long. How have you changed your game now that you have moved over to the senior division? I'm not saying you're getting up there in age, but you're getting older. What's changed about your golf game, and how have you addressed it as someone who just turned 40 myself?
Well, when I was in my early 40s, around 40, that's when I realized that my golf game wasn't where I wanted it to be. My kids were getting a little bit older, so I had more time. So I went and saw Mike Hott. I told this story many times. I went and saw Mike Hott, and he pretty much rebuilt my swing. To people who know me for a long time, that won't look that much different, but it feels a lot different. And I credit him for giving me a swing that I could trust when I'm under pressure, for the most part. And then, as my son started getting older, he came over to me and feel my biceps and said, "Dad, you got some work to do." So in my mid-40s, I really started putting a lot more effort into, golf physical fitness. Being able to stay so my back doesn't hurt. Stay strong enough. Don't lose muscle mass. Keep doing cardio. So I really wanted to compete at this level as a senior, locally and nationally. And I'm just getting started on national level. It's hard because it's hard to make that U.S. Senior Am. You got one spot at a qualifier. It's difficult. But I just played in a nice Senior AM Invitational, and I loved it. You know, it's fun. I went up to Sunny Hannah and, you know, escaped the heat, and I had a great time. So I really enjoyed doing this, and I worked pretty hard. My wife will tell you, you know, I get up in the morning, I do my workouts, you know, and I rotate between 3 workouts, and it's just trying to stay competitive and stay healthy.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Rosie and I are drinking Miller Lights, and Steve and Joey Jordan are crushing protein shakes before the rounds. So a little different balance. Separations with the preparation.
Yeah, I've got 40 coming up next year, and the last couple years, every year I notice I'm another 5 or 10 yards behind these college kids playing in the state am and state open and stuff. So I need to come see you for some tips. I need to get.
It's not hard. You just gotta be consistent. Yep.
Good stuff, man. Well, thanks so much for joining us, and we wish you the best of luck this weekend.
Yeah.
I know there's a great field of senior golfers out there, but I think you got as good a chance of any to go ahead and repeat. So we look forward to watching you and see how you compete this weekend.
And give them my best shot. Thanks.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, man. We are super excited to be here. We are here with Jacob Galladay, a.k.a. Golf Jesus, a.k.a. the Mal Bon Dom. So let's start us off by saying welcome, Jesus.
Thank you, thank you.
First of all, big congrats, man.
Yeah.
You just qualified earlier this week for the U.S. Mid-Am that's going to be held up the street, Kinlock Golf Course. You're going to love the way that looks, like a Joseph A. Bank commercial. Tell us a little bit about that day, how special it was, and how does it feel to be competing in that USGA event in less than a month?
Yeah, I think it feels great. Just the USGA event's my first one. This guy kind of, I saw he did it and gave me a little motivation.
Yeah,
I was
he
like,
can do it, right?
Not even that,
Oh, man.
Look at that dagger. No, it's just like, I can't be left hanging.
Yeah.
Just a special day, had fun out there. Even par on my back 9, which is my front 9, and then finished up a little 4 under, which got me in nice and dirty. So
Did you have a playoff or
no playoff? Co-medalist.
Co-medalist. Very good. Very good.
Yep. So that was good, and then so it was just awesome, man. It was just a good day, and it was just any time you can be co-medalist in USGA qualifier and get there, it's like let's see what happens. And I've heard good things about Kinlock. It's 3 hours from where I'm at. It's kind of East Coast, and I love the East Coast, so it's going to be looking forward to it.
Love it.
Very good. And I think I saw you out here last year. You did the U.S. Mid-Am qualifier.
I did.
On the mannequin course. So what were your first impressions of the mannequin, of Hermitage, and what kind of brought you back to Hermitage to play in your first Valentine this year?
I think I saw the info right after I did the qualifier. Saw there was this tournament called the Valentine. I was like, I need to be part of this next year. Love the course. It's wide open. Kind of fit my vibe. I love the clubhouse. Just look around. It's an open golf course. It's awesome greens, awesome fairways, everything. So I'm just, I love it. So I'll be taking advantage of the pool. I think out here. It's getting full privilege. It's fun.
That's awesome. Your personality is going to fit really well in with our membership here. We're happy to have you.
I like that.
So tell us a little bit about some of the extras in your life. This world of YouTube golfers and social media studs like yourself. I'd like to say you're kind of on the cusp of the early side of that, right?
Yeah.
You competed in the long drive competitions, and now, are you becoming legit and going after it for real? Like, tell us a little bit about that journey that you've had to get to where you're at right now.
It's been fun. Let's see, when did we meet? That's the start of it. You're one of the originators of the name, I think.
I think I made it up. We're gonna have to check it out. We hired him originally as a long drive competitor at the Lovers and Friends tournament out at the Third Club. And all the ladies were dreaming about this guy, so you got to meet him.
Six years ago.
He put us down on the Fed Club. We were like 80 out on hole number 9.
Yeah,
and
awesome.
as soon as he hit it, I just said, #GolfJesus. And I think ever since then, you've blown up to the Malbon Dog.
Yeah, Malbon, It's been fun, Malbon's an awesome brand. He's actually local from Virginia,
Really?
Virginia Beach.
Virginia Beach.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Virginia Beach local, born and raised. So, it's just met him, 2017. And when I met him, kind of started working with him from the creative front to producing a few shoots, just having fun with him. And then now he's signing Jason Day, Charlie Hull. And then I get to be part of, Team Malbon and, kind of put on and do shoots. And it's been fun. He's put me on in the, not the fashion world, but the fashion sense and kind of my image he's been a big part of. So it's been cool.
Love that.
Yeah.
I got a question about, Kevin alluded to the long drive stuff, and you're still active in that, correct?
Yeah, top 16 world championships.
That was what I was going to say. How do you go from, you're competing at such a high level in real golf,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you're prepping for world long drive competitions. How do you kind of how different does your practice look, leading up to that? And, is your driver swing wildly different when you're prepping for, an high-level amateur event like this versus the World Dog Drive? Or just kind of talk me through that.
It is. Everyone's like, you're never going to be able to do it. It's impossible. And I was like, I want to prove you wrong. It's only taken me 7 years, so we're getting somewhere, right? I don't know. It's like this year's been fun. Got through locals, got to the U.S. Mid-Am and then top 16 at World Championships. I don't know any other golfer in the history of golf to ever do that. So I'm going to make that my accolade. Someone won on tour and won a World Championship, which was a little better, but still, it's different stats, so we'll take it. But yeah, the long drive swing's totally different. It's speed, but in that sense, I've been able to just correlate both, and the iron swing's totally different. I'm chipping irons around. It's all short game. Golf's all about putting, making putts. So I've learned it's let's make less putts than the other person. And then with the driver, I think I definitely correlate some of the long drive in it. I actually use some of the same setup, same golf shafts for my long drive setup in golf. So I've done a lot of equipment testing and trying to figure it out with Cobra and Acura to really dial it in. So it's similar feels, so I can correlate it both. And even on the golf course, I'm swinging 135. With 138 club head speed when I really want to push it. So it's 210 ball speed with the gamer, so it's
Kevin's
still,
got that.
yeah. 170 ball speed with the 3 iron. So that's kind of like, and then course management. It's just learn to hit it straighter, learn to put yourself in better positions, and with course management and learning the game and just learning spin, and it's helped a lot. So. It's
obviously
definitely not the easiest.
Yeah. And you're on a great trajectory in your amateur golf career.
Yeah.
Tell me about, like you mentioned, top 16 in the World Long Drive. I believe the same round that Bryson made it to, correct? Bryson DeChambeau?
He got the top 8 and then finished second. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he just got you by a little bit.
Yeah. World Championships.
Are you still? Would you say you're more focused on, taking it to the next level in the World Long Drive, or more on the competitive side, or do you feel like it's kind of equal?
Since the start, it was always about being a high-level golfer. So I think, accolades in high-level amateur golf would definitely suffice more for what I want. But World Championship of Long Drive would be awesome.
Yeah.
Hopefully Long Drive and production and everything kind of takes a stand and gets a little better, and the money gets back to where it was. Finished 12th in the world. I won $2,200 in Long Drive. So it's like, right now I probably can have more fun and make more in life at events like this.
Right.
So it's like
more money in social media and just
more money on the back nine practice round.
Yeah. And just the mid-am golf, man. It's full of businessmen, entrepreneurs. People just in the golf industry has opened a lot of doors. So it's cool to see there's more than just competitive golf. It's been a big part, and obviously I want to win and be part of it. But I think it's just the game of golf and where it's going and what it's led me to. It's cool to see how many doors have been opened because of it.
That's awesome. Well, Jacob, the vibes are high, the scores are low. So we're happy that Golf Jesus graced us with his presence.
I'm happy to be here.
We are stoked that you're here, man. Hope I'll see you poolside, because I won't see you on the courses.
We'll see you somewhere. Always.
Good to see you, buddy. All right.
Always.
Play well.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.